Hello and welcome to my video series where I'm going to be teaching myself how to learn C# in Unity, and I'm going to try to also make a game within 1 month. So today in this video specifically we're going to be looking at how to make a day and night cycle and how to learn faster. So let's get into it.
So here we have the public class called day and night. Essentially, this is the day and night cycle. And we have a public transform that we have called sun because it's the directional light. And so we want to take that transform and rotate it along a vector 3, which takes in a float x, y, and z. And those are the world coordinates in Unity. And then this is the x, and then rotation y on the rotation time. So the rotation time is set to 20, and then we multiply 20 by however many frames we have going. So whatever our frame rate is being multiplied by the rotation time, and it's being rotated. It's taking that and it's rotating it along the y axis. And then this is a whole bunch of declaring a new array and having a box to store that that information. And here is where we cast that ray. And here, the reason why this is here is just because we're ignoring this function, but it comes, if you see here, right here, ray out, hit info, max distance, layer, and then this thing. So we just ignore that because all we need is the first bit. So this is the length of the ray. This is let's see, what is that? That's the layer mask, and it's supposed to be the layer mask. And then the ray is the ray we declared up here. So this is a new ray shooting from the sun's position to along the z axis, the z. And then when we shoot that ray, we log in the console whatever it hit and that transform, and then we get that name. So it's a file directory, and we just find out whatever it's called and print it. And then also we have a thing that's drawing the ray from its origin. Let's see what that says. Vector, start, direction, color. Okay, maybe we should change this origin. I'm now realizing that probably should be sun dot transform, I'm not sure, or sun dot origin. And then we get that plus the ray direction, and then we multiply by 100 and then by red. This right here, this line of code, I got it off of the internet. So, and then we also set day pass to true because I wanted it to where if you hit the layer mask, then it would set it to true. And if it was set to true, then it would add 1 to the day counter, so we'd know a day passed, and then it would set it immediately back to false so that we don't get a repeat of that, and then it would print that a day has passed. So that's the day and night cycle code that I have made here. It doesn't work. The layer mask doesn't work, and the day counter is going berserk because for some reason it's being multiplied by however many frames, so we get thousands and thousands of frames. So that's an issue, but the sun does rotate, so that's good. And yeah, this is the day and night cycle code. It's about learning faster. I have 5 sort of tips to help you get better at learning. So yeah, here's the first one. Set a reachable goal. Especially for programming, setting a reachable goal is a really important thing because a lot of times we want to do something that's incredibly challenging and right off the bat, but we don't realize, in programming at least, we don't realize that it's that challenging, and when that happens, it just becomes real discouraging to not be able to reach such a, what you think is a simple task. It becomes discouraging not to be able to reach that task. And actually what you see here on screen is me trying to get the otter, kind of like a pet, that is, by the way, an otter. It's not a rat. Trying to get the otter to to come to me as a pet, but also trying to make my character walk around. Simple things. I'm trying to do simple things here, and I can't because I really don't know the programming language to do so. I don't know the syntax. I'm just messing around with basically whatever I can, and looking stuff up and trying to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. And so that's the first thing. Now it is a reachable goal. I want to make this first layer. I've made my game. I split it up into layers, and so I'm trying to get each layer done individually so that I have goals. Because I have the big goal is to finish the game, but it's hard to do that. So anyway, set a reachable goal. Second tip is learn the basics. This step, it seems self-explanatory, but the reason why it's not the first one actually is just because setting a reachable goal, it gives you a pattern to follow. It gives you a guideline. If you were to just jump in and try to learn the basics first, you're going to start seeing tons of different kinds of basics, and it's going to just overwhelm you. So don't do that. Go in and just get your goal first and then learn your basics. And while you're learning your basics, this segues into tip 3, is just use something called active recall, which I am by no means an expert in this area, so just take it with a grain of salt. But in my experience, it helped me learn. So just do something, just learn, and then do something else, and then come back and practice what you'd learned previously, so you're telling your mind to recall that information to the front, and that makes sure, that guarantees that you've learned that information. Fourth tip, be visual with what you do. Just take notes visually. Use a lot of graphs, use a lot of drawings, a lot of doodles, and that will also help you with your active recall. Fifth tip, the last one here, is invest your emotion. So it might sound kind of odd, but when you're excited for something, you're gonna remember it. Like in a game or something, and you're playing a game and you have all these characters, and you can remember all their names because of the fact that you're excited about the game, and so it's not really hard to memorize this, that, the other about a game. So same thing with school or learning, or just learning in general. You just invest your emotion. So as long as you're excited about it, it's gonna be a lot easier to learn in that way. So those are the 5 tips I have for learning faster. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.